Hello and welcome to today's video. As you can tell by the title, it is a rambling video. A little bit more about, I guess, what's the point of doing this? Why do I like League, if you will? Why am I doing daily content? So, the thing is, I've got a lot of new subscribers over the last year and a half, ever since Cadril did a couple of videos of mine as reactions, as well as when Revolta and Talkers and Mika might have done some. I know a couple of the Brazilian outlets have done some of my content, reactions as well. So I do thank them for that, of course, even though I will say that their views are like six figures on my content, which I think is, it is what it is. It's just I wish the viewership would come and stay over here. But regardless, why? Why League? So sports background, big into sports. We got a lot of, hell, growing up, sports fan, local sports teams. But not only that, went to college for sports related management and things of that nature. Like, I'm really into sports, not only in what you see on TV, but what it takes to build a team, all the things that go around that: facility management, event management, and etc. Now, with sports, it's a heavily saturated market, right? Traditional sports. Everybody wants to be, sports is one of the biggest industries, if not the biggest industry in the world, and everybody that's a fan wants to be a part of a team, right? So theoretically, it's a fool's errand to really think you're going to end up being that one in a million or whatever to get that opportunity. But you can get ahead of it, right? Think about getting ahead of it. Esports, growing up, playing a lot of Call of Duty, playing a lot of games. I got into esports through Optic Gaming. Big fan of Optic, still a fan of Optic. Have an Optic jersey. The fact is, like, that is the future. Esports are the future. You all know it. A lot of my fan base knows it. A lot of not even, I don't want to say fan base, a lot of my subscribers know about it, obviously. Hell, a lot of you are from Korea, China, and various other Asian countries, and it's massive in Asia, massive in Europe, League of Legends. A little more so than North America. Now, South America obviously is getting quite a build up with Brazil, but the point I'm trying to make is it's the future. Esports are the future. League of Legends, in my opinion, is part of that. It is one of the biggest esports in the world, and it's represented in the numbers in Asia. So I already like esports. Got into League when Optic joined League. Optic obviously flamed out. A lot happened with that. Unfortunately, Optic no longer had a spot, and sadly, that went away. Right. So I still followed League. And because I have that unique perspective of somebody that doesn't have a fandom to attach themselves to, I feel like I'm pretty unbiased, right? And I think about sports in general and the direction they're going. I think of, sorry about this headset. I'm having to use a microphone on it. Um, the future of sports, traditional sports, are analytics, stat-based analysis. The eye test only goes so far, and everybody wants to say that their opinion has validity via the eye test. Oh, I'm watching the game, therefore what I see has to be the case. And it's like, yes, what you're seeing is happening, but why is it happening? Can you determine why that happened? Statistically, numerically, what is the result from that play? You know, etc. I think about hockey, ice hockey, Corsi numbers, things like that. Over the years, we've realized, hey, shot attempts are a good indicator of whether we want this player or not, because hell, if you put pucks on net, the more pucks on net you put on, the more likely you are to win the game, right? Baseball, get on base. It's not about hitting home runs, it's about getting on base. More runners on base, the higher average you get, the more people you'll have cross the plate. Unique pitchers, they're throwing unique things at the plate here. Batters aren't prepared for it. Things like that. Like, eye test, you can see, oh yeah, that player really gets on base well. but so does that other player. Well, what's the difference between these two players? Eye test wise, yeah, you can maybe say one is better than the other, but can you factually say that? That's where the numbers come in. Now, the way I view league is there is not enough of a emphasis on stats. A lot of people think because they play league on their computer, in their basement, in their attic, wherever the fuck they're playing, that they can relate to what's going on the Rift. And it's like, okay, well, it's like playing a pickup basketball game with a bunch of randoms in the park versus actually playing a competitive matchup 5v5. And that's kind of why I like League as well, because growing up a big hockey fan, growing up a big football fan, and by football I mean American football, and I can draw similarities between League and these two sports. Hockey, 5-on-5, League's 5-on-5. And they're all playing together, right? It's all synchronized in a way in hockey if you're doing it the right way. Everybody has a job to do. In league, it's very similar. Everyone has a job to do. But where I draw American football into it is I think of a play, an individual play. If I have this person do this, I need this receiver to do that. I need the running back to do this, the tight end to do that. And in draft, it's very similar in that way. I think like you got to think about it. Well, if I pick this champion for this player, I need this type of champion somewhere else in this composition to make it so that this one is going to be the one that I can free up and theoretically get the ball to, right? If it was American football. So, there's things like that. And of course, it's just one big chess game as well. It's just really interesting to watch and think about and just understand this is a massive thing, right? So, a lot of you already realize this, but it's one of those things like I gravitate towards it because I understand it. I see what's happening, and then we try and numerically, figure out what's the optimal way of doing things, who's doing it the best. And that's kind of what this channel is, figuring out who's doing it the best and why. Like even the team ranking things. Okay, yesterday I had somebody say in my comments, you could weigh these differently. Heralds, of course, are not as valuable as a Baron. First Blood is not as First Blood's not as valuable anymore as a Drake, maybe. Gold difference, of course, is the biggest indicator. That's like shots in a hockey game. Generally speaking, if you have more shots, you probably have a good chance to win, unless the other. Now, of course, another X factor is the goalie just makes a ton of saves, and the team that allowed more shots just wins. If you will, in a way that like you've done, you still won doing the wrong thing, if you will. Like you've done the wrong process, but still found a way to win. Where in like league, it's like, okay, well, if a team has less gold and they win, or less kills and they win, normally I say, well, something had to happen here to make you be able to still win this game when you probably shouldn't have. And usually that's objectives. So that's why we include objectives when we're thinking of team rankings, and why I consider them pretty equal to kill death ratio, etc. Because I look and I say, well, if you have a high Baron percentage, high Drake percentage, high Herald percentage, clearly you're emphasizing objectives. Maybe you gave up First Blood, maybe you gave up First Turret, but if you're getting all these objectives, getting all these boosts in your stats and things throughout the game, you are going to be better off. So it's just, I don't know, like it's a really interesting game. I really enjoy watching it, right? So why not, make a channel and talk about it? But also, just getting ahead of what the industry is. Like I started this video, I wanted to be in the sports industry in some way. And, well, this is what this is. I'm in the esports industry in some way, shape, or form right now. Might be Z list. I don't really give a fuck if it's Z or not even on the alphabet. I don't really care. Relevance isn't really the point. Well, actually, I guess there's a slight, because I have, big names reacting to what I said. Right? So I think that in and of itself is an indicator that there is some sort of impact, even if it's very, very minimal. And it's just hopefully, it grows from there, right? Now, it's like, well, what's the point of doing this? What's your goal here? Just continue to grind, see what happens. Every day, it seems like something different could occur. All of a sudden, one day, I'm getting somebody with hundreds of thousands of people that watch them looking at my shit. And it's like, huh, well, that's a nice change of pace, right? That's a surprise. Didn't expect that, but eventually that might happen. If you keep grinding, you keep doing what you're doing, that's what's going to occur. So like it's like I've had a lot of CB in particular. A lot of people are like, oh, you should. This team should have you. That team should have you. And it's like, yeah, that I appreciate that all, for sure. But in the end, I mean, we can say everything we want to say, but I don't expect those sorts of things to occur. If they do, they do. Like I said, if I wake up one day and I have an offer, what am I going to do besides look at it, give it the time of day, and discuss it and make a decision? Um, if that were to happen. But I'm also not foolish enough to believe that it's a likelihood. I think it's not a likelihood. Um, so it's like LFT. Are you? I mean, no. But also, I mean, if somebody came knocking, what am I going to do? I'm not going to, not answer the door. It's one of those things you just don't expect it until if it happens, it happens. What else? I mean, I guess I'm just kind of trying to bring my own perspective to the community and the industry. Something that you don't see many other people do in the way in which I do it. I understand some people say, "Hey, you do your content like the hockey guy." I've subscribed to the hockey guy. I enjoy the way he does things with the whiteboard in particular. I think that that's really clever. It also eliminates a lot of the editing process for the content, which is something I need to save time on. I know someone said in my video yesterday, why don't you stream your content? You should do it live. You need some great upload consistency to do that, but also you need, um, I mean, hell, just need the time. When you like this video right now, I'm recording it yesterday and it's going up today because I'm going to be on an airplane right now. So the point is, I can't do that live to do day of the content. Excuse me. And with day of the content, you've got to be able to record when you can. Get something on the channel. Like today, right now. What am I going to do on the channel today? Well, I haven't done one of these videos. I've got like 9,500 subscribers or something, and I haven't done one of these in a long time. So let's discuss stuff a bit. And that's kind of the way I determine it. So would I love to stream? Yeah, that'd be, I mean, hell, why? I think that would be great. But the fact of the matter is, it's not in the cards. I'm a very realistic person. One could say a little pessimistic, but the point is, I'm realistic. So it's just not a thing right now. I know I tried to even do live viewing back in 2022, I think, or what, early 2023? Early 2023 before I end up saying, hey, I tried to take a swing at this. It didn't work. I got to go do, full-time work. So I guess this was a rambling video. A lot of narcissism in here, just me BSing about myself. But in the end, I'm just trying to say, why did I do this? Why am I doing this? It's because I want to bring my way of viewing things to this industry, an industry that I believe is growing, that's going to get bigger, that is going to take over traditional sports. And as somebody that went and got an education in what it is, that is sports management, I feel like this is a good opportunity. And I feel like I've, you know, put some breadcrumbs in some of my content over the last month where I indicate, hey, what teams are doing right now does not make sense, and there's so many better ways of doing what they're fucking doing. So it's one of those things. Um, it's one of those things. So thank you for watching. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.